Imagine waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and realizing something terrifying. The only thing that has ever stood between you and the person you were meant to become was not your past, not your failures, not your circumstances, and definitely not the people who doubted you. It was you. Imagine discovering that every limit you believed in was nothing more than a thought you repeated so many times that it turned into a wall inside your mind. How many opportunities did you walk away from because you told yourself, "I'm not ready"? How many dreams did you bury alive because someone once said you can't do it, and you accepted their words as destiny? What if the greatest battle of your life is not against the world, but against the small voice in your head that keeps telling you to stay exactly where you are? First thing's the mind, your greatest prison or your greatest power. Let's start by facing a truth that most people spend their whole lives running away from. A truth so simple, yet so uncomfortable, that many would rather deny it than confront it. Your mind is the architect of every limit you believe in. Not your family, not your background, not the economy, not the people who underestimated you. It's you and the story you've been telling yourself for years. Let's start by asking a question no one ever asks honestly. Who is controlling your thoughts, your dreams, or your fears? Because the mind is a strange place. It can be a garden where greatness grows, or a battlefield where your own doubts defeat you long before life ever does. Most people never notice this. They think their limitations are real. They think their barriers are external, when in reality, these barriers exist only inside their mind. Thoughts repeated so many times that they hardened into chains. Let's start by remembering what Napoleon Hill discovered after interviewing millionaires, inventors, leaders, and world changers. Every extraordinary human being started out ordinary, but they refused to let their thoughts stay ordinary. Hill realized something life-changing. Your mind is not a mirror. It doesn't reflect reality. Your mind is a blueprint. It creates reality. But here's the problem. Your mind produces two blueprints every day. One blueprint whispers, "You can go further. You are capable. You are powerful." The other murmurs, "You're not enough. Don't try. Don't hope. Don't risk." And the heartbreaking truth is this. Most people choose the second blueprint because it feels safer. But safety is a lie. Comfort is a silent killer. It convinces you to accept less, to dream smaller, to pretend that the life in your imagination is impossible. But nothing is impossible for a mind that refuses to be ruled by fear. Napoleon Hill famously said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But rarely do people talk about the hidden meaning behind that sentence. Before you achieve, before you believe, before you even conceive, you must defeat the enemy inside your own head. You have to fight the voice that tells you to settle. You have to fight the memories of the times you failed. You have to fight the expectations that others placed on you. You have to fight the version of yourself that is scared of growing. Because life doesn't limit you. People don't limit you. Your mind does. Break the mental walls. and suddenly everything else begins to expand with them. Second, the power of belief, the force that shapes your reality. Let's start by understanding something most people never realize. You don't live in the world around you. You live in the world inside you. Your beliefs are not harmless thoughts. They are the invisible hands shaping your actions, your habits, your confidence, your direction, even your future. Napoleon Hill discovered that belief is not just a feeling. It's a force, just like gravity or momentum. It pulls you upward or drags you down, depending on what you believe about yourself. Think about it. Two people can have the same talent, the same opportunity, the same starting point, yet one rises and the other stays stuck. The difference is never luck. The difference is belief. When you believe you are capable, you activate your courage. When you believe you can grow, you activate your discipline. When you believe you deserve more, you activate the path to more. But here's where most people fail. They wait for results before they believe. They want proof before conviction. They want success before faith. But life doesn't work that way. Hill said it clearly. Belief comes first. Results come second. You don't believe because you've succeeded. You succeed because you believed. Look at your life right now. Every chapter you've lived is the product of what you believed was possible for you at that time. Your choices were guided by your belief. Your opportunities were filtered by your belief. Your courage or your hesitation both came from your belief. So now ask yourself honestly, what have you been believing about yourself? That you're not ready? That you're not strong enough? That your dreams are too big? That your past defines you? That other people are better than you? These beliefs don't reflect reality. They create it. If you believe you're small, you will shrink. If you believe you're weak, you won't try. If you believe you're unworthy, you will sabotage your own progress. But the moment you change what you believe about yourself, even before you see evidence, your entire life will begin to shift. Because belief does something extraordinary. It turns invisible potential into visible action. It transforms hesitation into movement, fear into clarity, dreams into plans, limits into possibilities. And once you change your belief, there is no force powerful enough to stop you. 3. Action. The bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Let's start by breaking another myth that destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Most people think success belongs to the smartest, the luckiest, or the most talented. But Napoleon Hill proved something different. Success belongs to the one who acts. Action is the great separator. Action is the truth teller. Action is the bridge between the life you have and the life you secretly know you deserve. You can dream. You can visualize. You can write down goals. But until you move, nothing in your life will move. Let's be honest. How many times did you know exactly what you should have done, but you didn't do it? How many times did you have an idea, a chance, a moment of intuition, and you hesitated long enough for the moment to disappear? You didn't fail because you weren't ready. You failed because you didn't act. Success is not about perfect timing. It's about courage in imperfect timing. Napoleon Hill said something powerful. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. And he was right. There will never be a perfect moment where you're confident, prepared, calm, and fearless. There will always be doubt, always be fear, always be uncertainty. But action doesn't require the absence of fear. Action requires that you move despite fear. Every giant step forward in life feels uncomfortable at first. Discipline feels heavy at first. Courage feels shaky at first. Change feels unnatural at first. But the moment you act, even with a small step, you activate a new identity. The identity of someone who doesn't just think, but does. And that's when life begins to shift. Because action builds momentum. Momentum builds habits. Habits build character. And character builds destiny. Think about the version of yourself you want to become. Stronger, wiser, more disciplined, more successful. That version of you isn't waiting for inspiration. They aren't waiting for the right mood. They aren't waiting for a sign. They act consistently, deliberately, relentlessly. And with every action, big or small, your identity changes. You start believing in yourself more. You start trusting your abilities more. You start seeing results that once felt impossible. This is the power Napoleon Hill spent decades teaching. That the smallest action, repeated with belief, creates the largest transformation. Your next step doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Take action, and the world will respond. 4. Becoming unstoppable through persistence. Let's start by accepting one final truth Napoleon Hill discovered. Success doesn't come from a moment of inspiration. It comes from the character you build through persistence. Anyone can feel motivated for a day. Anyone can start strong. But the ones who transform their lives are the ones who stay consistent long after motivation fades. Persistence is the silent power behind every great achiever. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing, just the refusal to quit. Every challenge you face right now is not punishment. It's preparation. It's shaping you into the person your dream requires you to become. And when you keep going, even when you're tired, uncertain, or afraid, you begin to rewrite your entire identity. You stop being someone who wishes, and you become someone who achieves. You stop being someone who waits for confidence, and you become someone who acts. You stop being someone controlled by limits, and you become someone who breaks them. That is the moment you become unstoppable. Believe beyond your limits. In the end, the message is simple. Your mind sets your limits. Your belief destroys them. Your action replaces them. Your persistence defines you. Believe in yourself more than you believe in your fears. Trust your potential more than you trust your doubts. And walk toward your dream, even if the first step is small. Because the moment you choose belief over limitation, your entire life begins to change. Your power is already inside you. Your future is waiting for you. And your story starts the second you decide to bet on yourself.